Hey guys, RPM here. Alright, this video, I just wanted to announce that my Bitmain Antminer E9 from Crypto Miner Bros is being shipped out as of yesterday, as of recording this video, August 2nd. And so that means other people's Antminer E9s, for those that have ordered one, has also shipped out as well. And according to Crypto Miner Bros, they've already sold out of these pretty much near the beginning of when the announcement was made, since I think near the beginning of July. So there's a few things that I want to maybe correlate this with, along with just taking reference of the current network hash rate of Ethereum and as well as Ethereum Classic. And just, you know, as mine is being shipped out right now, and maybe I'll get it in, you know, the next couple days, maybe another week or so, is that we're going to start seeing the network hash rate for Ethereum and Ethereum Classic start to rise. And so that's where I want to come back to this video and just, you know, just see, you know, the current network hash rate and all that stuff. And then there's a bunch of other things that I do want to talk about as well, correlating to when these were announced with the network hash rate drop, okay, potentially, that the Antminer E9s, this, you know, just seeing how much terahash could be the Antminer E9s, and now that they're being shipped out, how much could it potentially come back? All right, so I have a lot of things that I want to go through in this video. Before I begin, this video is sponsored by nerdgears.com. If you guys are interested in graphics cards, 30 amp, 240 volt PDUs, or other crypto mining hardware, they have it all. Check it out. Their graphics cards right now, looks like they have some RX 5700s in stock, A2000s, 3060 Ti's, A4000s, and RTX 3080 Tough Edition. Accept crypto and PayPal for payment. Guys, link down below to nerdgears.com. Alright guys, so I just did a tweet just recently, August 2nd, 2022. I wanted to take note of like the current network hash rate for Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, as, you know, Crypto Miner Bros emailed me that the E9 has shipped. We'll give tracking tomorrow. Thanks. So I already have the tracking number, and it's on its way. Okay, the Antminer E9. And so this is basically what it's supposed to look like according to bitmain.com, right? It looks like it's pretty like extended here. This thing looks decently wide or long, depending how you look at it, or has, I guess, more depth compared to like an S19 by the looks of it. But I guess we'll see. I'll do an unboxing video for this, as well as I do want to start doing a profitability video, or like how long will it take to theoretically get back, you know, $10,000 of an Antminer E9 if you were to purchase one on bitmain.com, okay, of $10,000, or Crypto Miner Bros, they had it for $12,000 roughly. So when I plug it in and turn it on, I'm going to keep track of, like, let's say an Ethereum address, and then once Ethereum moves to the merge, if they actually go through with the merge in the next month or so, then I'll move over to Ethereum Classic, okay, and then we'll start, you know, seeing how much Ethereum Classic we're going to mine month to month. And overall, just, you know, with my other, you know, ASIC videos, which you guys have seen, broke even on my Ivy Link BMK1 after 69 days, broke even on my InnoSilicon A10 Pro and A10 Pro 7 GB in like a couple months. That was obviously during the bull run, but now here we are today in the market conditions that we are in. It may take longer, much longer, to essentially ROI or break even, whatever term math equation you guys want to use to calculate your getting your money back, your initial investment back. And so I will also take note of the electrical cost as well, because this is a 2400 mega hash. Okay, 2400 mega hash at 1920 watts. So the watt per mega hash metric here is 0.8. And I actually did another video of just my thoughts on the Antminer E9, comparing the efficiency to other ASIC miners out there. Okay, so essentially like the Antminer X4 1U, right? This 5 GB model, which does 520 mega hash at around 240 watts or 300 watts or something. You can see that, you know, it has a watt per mega hash of 0.46. The Antminer E9 has a watt per mega hash of 0.8, right? So the Antminer is pretty much, I would say, 2 times more efficient than the Bitmain E9. So whether or not you're thinking of getting the Bitmain Antminer E9, which has 6 GB of RAM VRAM, versus the Antminer that only has 5 GB of VRAM. So, you know, in your purchasing decision, if you decide to purchase one of those, is that, you know, 5 GB for Ethereum Classic will probably go up until around September of 2028, which could change, you know, here and there, but around there. And then 6 GB of VRAM on the E9 is about October of 2031. But anyways, I will keep track theoretically the amount of time it takes for me personally when I get this, or just someone typical who bought this on launch or pre-ordered it or whatever, and they're just getting it now, just recently. And, you know, they're thinking of, you know, yeah, the profitability for it is probably, as of recording, is about $57 for mining Ethereum a day, right? $57, 53 after 10 cent kilowatt hour. But then if we go down the list here, if we're looking at like what Ethereum Classic, wait, Ethereum Classic is not even on this list. Wait, am I looking at this right? Well, apparently the E9 can mine Ethereum Classic. So I guess I will definitely have to test that out when that time comes. This actually does allow to mine Ethereum Classic, because I know Ethereum Classic did hard fork, Thanos hard fork, and it moved to ETC hash, from ETH hash to ETC hash. And so I'm sure if they don't have it, it's probably going to be a firmware update. And you guys probably heard recently of Silicon, they also allowed for their A10 Pros and A11 Pros that recently just came out with a firmware update to mine Ethereum Classic. Okay, so ETC hash. So anyways, the biggest thing for me, I wanted to take note of the current Ethereum network hash rate. So on Etherscan and like 2 miners, I'm gonna like take note here because there's different numbers showing here. Average, you know, hash rate on Etherscan. So Etherscan is showing 951 right now. And then if we're going to, let's say, 2 miners, they're showing, let me just refresh this, 904. Okay, so this is, I feel like this is changing all the time. If we look at the week here, the last time I recorded it for Twitter, it was about 9:20 on August 2nd. So if I go to 2 miners here, August 2nd was around 9:20 at around this time as well. Okay, so yeah, pretty much, yeah, it's depending. You can see how it drastically goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So I visually have the numbers here. I can reference this video once I get the E9, and we'll wait like a month or so. I'll do like an aftermath of mining on the E9, and we'll just see, you know, roughly what the network hash rate is for Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, if, you know, if the merge happens in the next month or so anyway. But, you know, the biggest thing a lot of people that had conspiracy of is if the Antminer E9 was, you know, when it was announced back in, I think, the beginning of July, according to all the news articles that came out, especially on CoinDesk, July 5th of 2022, July 6th, I was just looking at the news articles on Google, is that the network hash rate during that time, okay, beginning of July 4th or 5th, you can see that that was before this big jump down in network hash rate. So, you know what, let me just zoom in here. So, you know, the all-time high of for mining Ethereum was 1.1 petahash, I believe. And you can see the drop-off here in about mid-June. I would say mid-June, it dropped down to 960, all right, or 950, third week of June 19th there. And you can see ever since it's been going down and down and down. But then the Bitmain announcement for the E9 was around July 5th, I believe, or beginning of July here. So was it maybe potentially Bitmain maybe a couple weeks before turned them off and started cleaning them and started, you know, packing them, you know, depending on how many they have. I have absolutely no idea how many were manufactured, right? It could be a lot, right? A lot of terahash here. Example, if we just, you know, let's say 100 terahash came off the network. So if I go to the 2 miners here, the calculation of a terahash is about 1 million megahash. Okay, so if we go back to Etherscan here, let's just say 100 terahash came off the network. So that would be maybe 100 million megahash, if I did that correctly. Let's do 100 million, okay, divided by 2400 megahash. That's the Antminer E9 spec, right, of the machine. So that would equal about 41,666 Antminer E9s that were manufactured. Okay, this is just theoretically. I don't know if I think I calculated that right. You guys can let me know. Could you imagine if there was about 42,000 Antminer E9s that came off the network in mid-June, and then the announcement was made, and they're all being packed up and cleaned right now? I could see that. I could see that this would take about more than a month to pack and ship. You guys can let me know, but that's a lot of ASIC miners. That's a lot of Antminer E9s, right? So 42,000 of these that have turned off potentially. I'm just taking an average here, just theoretically here. You guys can let me know. But imagine now they're all being shipped out, right? I got the announcement that on the beginning of August here, they are now being shipped out. So we are going to see, you know, how much of the hash rate is going to start going up here in the next month. as people are going to start receiving their Antminer E9s, including myself. And thank you to Crypto Miner Bros for sending this to me. They were very diligent in sending it to me. I'm just being very transparent here. You guys know they send me ASICs for review, and I'm essentially doing a videos on this. And Crypto Miner Bros, they're very awesome in sending this to me. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing the theoretical test of how long it'll take to essentially, you know, get my money back theoretically on this ASIC, which I have done so before in previous years. You know, some ASICs took me about a month and a half. Some of them took 3 months, 4 months to get my money back, but it's a different landscape this time. And I did want to also, I forgot to correlate the price of Ethereum going down with the network hash rate as well. Some could say that could be also the reason why the network hash rate dropped, let's say in June as well. Okay, so yeah, we did have a massive, we pretty much had the price downward pressure of Ethereum ever since November of 2021, right? So I would say April, beginning of April, all the way to June, right? The price did dip down quite a bit. So there could be some correlation to there in terms of why the network hash rate dropped off. It could be a combination of GPUs, or it could be the Bitmain turning off all those 42,000 Antminer E9s. If we did the calculation of 100 terahash divided by 2400, and that would equal about 42,000 E9s out in the wild. So you guys can let me know. That's just something theoretical, obviously. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the unboxing video of the Antminer E9 very soon. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I appreciate you all. Have a good one, and peace out.